is back in the kitchen, and those of you who are already in, I just want to say thank you to all of you and I appreciate you all. So let's get started. So for my beef stew today, I'm going to use lamb Morton. That's what I'm going to use today. I've already washed the meat and then diced them to the sizes that I want. And then I've already seasoned just with salt and garlic powder. For the vegetables, I have my sweet potato, Irish potato, carrots, onions, cabbage, habanero pepper, garlic, tomato. And for the seasoning, I have alfredo, black pepper, garlic powder. I'm gonna add in a little bit too with my bay leaf, and then I have my tomato paste. And for the frying of the meat, I have my oil here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to peel my potatoes because they are the ones I'm gonna start with. So I've already peeled my potatoes with my sweet potatoes in a pinch of salt before frying them. Now I've already preheated my oil, just a medium heat. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to fry my potatoes. So my potatoes are now golden brown, so I take them out from the frying pan. They are already golden brown, so I'm just gonna put it aside. And the same oil that I used to fry the potato, that's what I've already emptied inside, and we're gonna do the beef stew. So the oil is now hot, medium hot, so now I'm gonna fry the meat. And the meat, we're gonna fry them until they're brown, and then we take them out. Because Morton gets cooked very fast, and I don't want my meat to be overcooked, so when it's brown, I take it out, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna do next. Put the garlic into the blender, a bit of water. So as you can see, the Morton is frying just for it to get brown, and then I'll take it out. So now I'm going to blend my garlic, onions and tomato together. I've already grounded my onions, tomato and the garlic. So I'm going to add in a little bit of grounded habanero for it to be a little bit spicy. But if you want it to be too much spicy, you can do it to your choice. I'm going to make a portion for 8. And then if you don't eat like Morton, you don't need to do Morton. You can do any type of meat, your choice. You do chicken, you can. So I've already taken the meat out. As you can see, it's already golden brown. As you know, Morton gets tender very fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to taste it. If it's tender, then I don't need to add it into the onions that I'm going to do now. I'm gonna add them later. But if it's not tender, then I'll have to add it in the onions for it to get well done cooked. So just stay tuned, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. And then we stir it. Then we leave it for some time. So after 5 minutes of caramelizing the onions, I'm going to rinse my bay leaf and then add it inside. We add them in. 3 to 4 bay leaves I'm adding in. So bay leaf brings out very good flavor of the beef stew. So this is 250 grams of tomato paste. I'm going to add it in. And then I add in my 2 teaspoons of black pepper, and then I add in my 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and then we stir it. So we're going to add in a little bit of water so it won't stick on the pot, and then stir it. Beef stew is well known back home. We normally do it like on Sundays for lunch. something like tradition back home. Preparation and cooking time is like altogether 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So this is how it looks after I've added in the tomato paste, the black pepper and the garlic powder. This is how it looks. So we're gonna leave it there to get brown, adding water bit by bit until we get it to how we want it, and then I'll show you what to do next. After caramelizing the onions for about 20 to 25 minutes, the onions is now cooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my vegetables, my potatoes, and then adding water that will be enough to cook them. I'm not going to add in salt or alfredo at the moment. I've seasoned the meat with salt, so I don't want to add in salt now. Until when everything is in, then I will taste it. If the salt is not enough, then I will add in my alfredo. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our vegetables. I have my garden egg here, cabbage, and my carrots. And then we add in our potatoes too. I don't like to cook and then all my ingredients get messed up inside the pot. So what I do is I normally cook them, and then when they are cooked, I take them out and then add in the meat. And then later on I will add them in back again. So I'm going to add in water. 1 cup. 2 cups of water, and then we leave it to cook the ingredients, the vegetables and all that, and then when they are done I'll have to take them out. So as you can see, it's now cooking. The vegetables are now cooking, so I'm going to wait like about 5 to 10 minutes and then I'll take them out, and then before we add in the meat and the rest of the ingredients. So stay tuned. So after 10 minutes I'm going to now take out the vegetables, and then we add in mutton. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my mutton. The water in the pot is enough to make the mutton tender to how I want it, so I don't need to add water. This is how it looks after I've added in the mutton into the sauce. So I'm just gonna leave it there until there is no more water left, and then I'll add my alfredo and then add in the vegetables back in again, and then it will be done. Water has now evaporated, so I'm now going to add in my vegetables and then bring the heat to 3. We leave it there and then just wait for the rice to be cooked, and then we serve our beef stew. So by doing it this way, all your ingredients and all that will be intact, nothing will be messed up inside the pot. So you can dish out your food and do your presentation beautifully, attractive and appetizing. So as you can see, everything is now done. I've added in my vegetables, potatoes and all that, and I've reduced the heat to 3 and then wait for the rice to cook, and then we'll serve our beef stew. Now it's serving time. I'll now serve my beef stew. Now what I'm doing is I'm gonna put the vegetables first. This is how I like my presentation to be. When this one is going out to you all there. You're all invited to my beef stew. If you cannot come, you can make your own. Follow these instructions in the description box, and then you can do your beef stew on your own. And if you feel like you like what I'm doing, give me thumbs up. If this is your first time in Justina's kitchen, please hit the bell down below, and then whenever I upload a video, you will be updated. So this is my beef stew for today. Take care of yourselves. Bye. See you next week. Love you all.